FCA's ministry strategy is to and through the coach. We want to serve those coaches within our circle of influence. Through our relationship with them, we're able to impact athletes. In our next segment, you're going to hear from three outstanding coaches. I want to thank Coach Jacobson, Coach Thomas, and Coach Pleasant for taking the time to share a little bit about their journey. They're all in different levels, they're all in different paths, but there's one common thread. FCA has changed them personally, and it's changed the way that they view coaching. So take it away, coaches.
My name is Shawn Jacobson, and I facilitate an FCA huddle at Van Hoosen Middle School in Rochester, Michigan. FCA has made an impact on my faith journey because I've been able to better pursue my mission to love God and love people, specifically as a teacher and as a coach. I had Christian coaches, Christian teachers when I was growing up who had made a big impact on me. And so that was a big reason why I wanted to go into teaching and coaching. And as I've been using FCA as a tool to do that, it's been very encouraging for me. Especially, we just recently finished the wrestling season, and seeing how the wrestlers who came to FCA and then in practice, how it would carry over into practice, it would carry over to competitions. They would reference things we had talked about in FCA during practice. They had more of a, it wasn't just about the winning or the losing anymore. They were my best leaders on the team. During competitions, a few of them organized and led team prayers, which just refocused the lens of what we were doing as a team. So FCA has been a great opportunity for me to grow a deeper relationship with some of these students and athletes that I see sometimes once, twice, maybe even three times a day through practice in school, and to grow leaders, empower them to make a difference, to think bigger than maybe most middle school kids are thinking. And so just for me to be a part of that journey was one of the main reasons I wanted to be a teacher and a coach. And FCA has helped me to do that.
Hi team, my name is Julian Thomas. I'm a basketball coach at Adams High School in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Having spent my first 9 years of coaching at Christian-based private schools, I knew that year one at a public school, it would present a few unique challenges. As a Christian, I was faced with the unknown of, can you talk about Christ? If so, how, when, in what context? And when I learned about FCA, a lot of those questions were answered. And I knew, wow, this is something that I want for myself. It's something that I want for our program, something for our athletes. As teenagers, it's difficult today. It's very difficult. They're faced with more pressures and anxieties and temptations than ever before. And ultimately, we want what's best for them. We want them to be high character and be good sports and good sons and good students. And that is great, and we should push for that. That is success, but that's not the ultimate success. These kids, these young men, these young women, they need to have a relationship with Christ. And through that, you'll see the fruits of the Spirit. You'll see them become patient, and they'll show love and be joyful. You'll see them become good sons and daughters, and hopefully one day good husbands and wives. And that's what it's all about. So my challenge for you right now would be stay encouraged. Try to grow your huddle. Try to take it to the next level. I know it's an odd time right now. We have to do video calls and maybe an old school phone call because apparently that's not a thing anymore. But I would just heavily encourage you to really try to take it to the next level. Try to network, try to bring on more coaches, new initiatives, bring on more athletes. And that's what it's all about. It's about the relationships. It's about being a light. So for me personally, I'm encouraged. I'm excited, knowing that there is an army of coaches and athletes out there. They're fighting for souls on the front lines. And as someone who's just started a new huddle within this last year with our program, I'm excited to see what God's going to do with it. So thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support.
Hello, I am Coach Clint Pleasant, and I'm the men's basketball coach and the vice president over athletics at Rochester University in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And I'm thrilled to take a minute to visit with you just for a minute or two about the impact that FCA has, not only the impact it's had on me and student athletes all over the country, but the impact they have on the communities in which they serve. I can remember several years ago when I was a sophomore in high school, I went off to my first FCA camp, and it was actually a football camp, but it was an FCA football camp, and it was at a university, a small Christian university in Michigan, and it had a major impact on my life. I think it was the first time, even though I grew up with parents who were believers, and I grew up going to church 3 times a week. It was the first time where I'd been around other men, both my age and older men that I looked up to, that were professing their love for Jesus and talking about the importance of their faith. And it had an impact on me, and it's been a lasting impact to this day. I think there are so many things that FCA reminds us of, but I think some of the things that impact me are that they don't downplay the importance of athletics. Athletics is important, and there's nothing wrong with striving to be your best and to compete and to have a streak of toughness and to want to improve your skill. And I think we see that as a biblical example. Whatever you do, do it as unto the Lord. But the thing that FCA does so well is they put it all in a framework that nothing matters if you don't have a relationship with your Lord and Savior Jesus. Nothing matters. What would it matter if you gained the whole world, if you won every game, but you lost your own soul? And so the thing about FCA is it constantly reminds me that yes, I can work hard. Yes, I can try to be great at coaching and working with young men. But what does it matter if that's not done in a context of my faith and my devotion to my Lord and Savior? And I think what I leave you with is when you understand that, it puts winning and losing in a whole different category. Now there are times when even when you lose, you can win. And that's possible because of your faith and that you're someone that is reminded of that daily. So thank you to FCA for instilling that message in me, encouraging me to instill it in others, and for all the great work that you do with young men and women to remind them of what's most important, and that is our faith in our relationship with Jesus. Thanks.